Hello, everyone. It is Self Care Sunday, New Year's edition. How are you? And you, but especially you, doing tonight? As I wait on the computers to catch up with me, it has been kind of weird here tonight trying to get the computers working right. But we are up and going. Hey, Lou, how are you? Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Heather, Iowa is in the house. Iowa is in the house tonight. Live. Hope all is well with you ladies. Hope you're doing amazing as we kick off. Kick off? Can I kick off? Can I get some kickoff 2026 here tonight? As we're kicking it off. The tech gods are playing with me, but we are kicking it off. And I am excited to be here with you. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. It is exciting to be here on this first Sunday in January. First Sunday in January. It is, I'm dropping things here. I got paperwork all over the place. Paperwork all over the place. Uh, what is going on? Let's get started tonight with our quote. I have a new calendar quote. Calendar quotes from great leaders. Our opening quote tonight is hope never abandons you. You abandon hope. Hope never abandons you. You abandon it. George Weinberg, psychologist. And that is our opening quote for 2026. Hey, Carrie, how are you? Hope all is well in Florida. Hope you are all doing amazing. Hang on a second. I got to write myself a note to my future self. My mind doesn't always work as fast if I don't write it down. You know how that works. It all starts up here. So let's get 2026. Let's get our feet planted on 2026. That's really what tonight is about. Hey, Dodie, how are you? How are things in Texas? Tonight is about planting our feet. You know, as I'm watching football, today I actually got to watch a little bit of football today. The Patriots did win. The Texans won. Depending on, and the Cowboys won. No, the Cowboys lost. Sorry. Cowboys lost. And that rare Giants win. That was just a freak thing. Uh, but, we'll get our footing set on 2026. But to get our footing set on 2026, we have to look backwards. And a lot of people tell you, don't look back, don't look back. And I'm like, no, you need to look back, not only to know where you've been, okay, what you have gone through in the last year, okay, but what to go back and look at it reflectively and look at things that no longer serve you in business and in life. Okay, in business and in your personal life. I always talk about business and personal life, and I do that because when you are a small business owner, I don't care whether you own a store or a pizza shop or you're the local hairdresser, everything is so intertwined. Your personal life, your business life, they're all interconnected. And you have to look at both because you are more than your business. But you have to look back at what happened in this past year because one, you won't learn from it and you'll keep on repeating it. And two, some things that you did this past year may not serve you anymore. Maybe it was a sale. Hey, Rose, how are you? Ellen, just saw a beautiful picture of you and Mike. Um, you know, maybe it is a product line. Maybe you carried fancy dresses and you don't want to. Maybe you carried furniture and that wasn't doing. Maybe you carried fine jewelry, but costume jewelry outsold it. Maybe you tried fancy purses, but Vera Bradley led the way. And so we have to go back and reflect on the last year and learn from what we can learn. Um, learn from what we can learn. Can I say that? Can we learn from what we can learn? And that is the lesson here. Okay, that is the lesson, is to look back, because we have to know what we're leaving back there. Okay, as well as what we want to take forward to 2026. We're going to leave some things back in 2025, and that is cool. I am okay. I got some things I am leaving in 2025. I have things that I am not taking to 2026. We are going to rise up personally and professionally in 2026. And I have some very strong things that I am leaving in 2025. Okay. And, I'm sad to a little bit about that, but I'm okay. I'm okay. They don't belong. They no longer serve me. They don't serve me in 2026. They don't serve my business. They don't serve my life. They don't serve my heart in 2026. And before I can get all hopey dopey, and I'm not even, and I don't use hopey dopey for the sake of hopey dopey on you, because we need several conversations around how we plan for an amazing 2026, how we plan and how we execute an amazing 2026. Okay. I would but we have to understand the past, okay? Because if you don't understand the past, if you don't understand what got you here, what made your sales up, what made your sales down, what made your heart full, okay, in 2025, okay? Because I want more of that. I want more of the things that fill my heart. I want more of the things that lift me up in 2026. Okay? We can always have more, I mean, it was funny, I was with my sister on New Year's. She was up from Texas, and we were all in New Jersey, right over the New York City border. So those pictures I posted were literally the views from our Airbnb that we had right over into New York City, which was beautiful. Never went into the city, but we had a beautiful time. But that, okay, but I'm sitting there with her. She gets a text from her rabbi, and my sister's had a hard year. My sister's had a hard like 18 months, a really hard 18 months. And her rabbi, so her spiritual guidance says, I hope 2026 sucks less. And yes, it can suck less. Hey, Rose, thank you. It was my pleasure to do that. It was a neat experience. But 2026 should suck less. Okay, was what he said. And if I were there with him, I know her rabbi. I spent enough time in Texas. I know her rabbi well, and I would challenge that, and that we can make it. We can take the parts that we control. We can't control everything, but we're going to fill our cup. Okay, we're going to fill our cup with the things that fill us up more. Okay, the things that lift us up, the things that lift our businesses up, that lift us up, and we're going to surround ourselves with the energy that lifts us up. And we do that by letting go. Let it go. Frozen, let it go. But you have to go back. You have to go back and look at 2025. So go back month by month. You don't have to go day by day, but go back month by month. Look at your calendar, look at your month, look at the things that worked and didn't work. Look at the things that why did they work or why didn't they work? Okay. Now is the time to reflect. And that's really, I want you to be doing that between now and when we meet again on Wednesday. I want you to be looking at that. Okay. And looking at that whole calendar. Oh, we did that. We opened on that holiday and I was surprised. We closed on that holiday and I did it for myself, but I know we would have been busy. So how can I serve my community by being open, but not being me there? Okay. How can I fulfill myself? How can I walk into my store and say, oh, my happy little store every time I walk in? Or my happy big store? Or I love my staff. Okay. What can we do? What needs to change? Where do you need to change, okay, to make this successful? Okay, what needs to happen there to change that narrative or to let go of things that no longer serve you? It is okay, even if it's something you've always done. Okay, I mean, I think back to the days of my father's pharmacy when they first opened, okay, long before I even was a twinkle in anybody's eye, okay, when they had their grand opening, good old fashioned pharmacy, okay, they had their soda counter and they gave out ice cream scoopers. Ice cream scoopers. I still have one, okay, from the pharmacy when it opened. But that was one of the things that they gave away at the grand opening, but they stopped carrying ice cream, okay? At least long before I could remember anything, they stopped having a soda fountain, okay? Long before I could remember, before I was around, okay? Because it no longer served them or their customers. It didn't fill them up, okay? The pharmacy evolved many different iterations over the years. I remember when it got computerized and when that first got delivered. So maybe you have a system that no longer serves you. Maybe you have an employee that was great for while you were growing your store, but can't do the store now that it's at this level. I very much remember we had this amazing woman, okay, who would work in our store when we were smaller, and she just loved coming in and tootling around for a few hours a couple times a week, and was great when our stores were small, but not great as we got bigger. And she knew it, and we knew it, and that's okay. That's okay. But maybe it's a process. Maybe it's where your counter is. Maybe it's that you're working too many days a week. Whatever it is. Maybe it's that you're not working enough days a week. It doesn't matter what. But that's what going back through your calendar does. That's what going back reflectively. And when you go back reflectively, I don't mean sitting in the middle of your store. I usually mean taking time outside of it, whether that's in your home, whether that's going to a local coffee shop, and taking a notebook and spreading out with your calendar and just spending the afternoon or the morning there to reflectively look at it. But it is this way that we grow. It is this way that we truly are honest with ourselves in what is working and what is not working. And you have to be honest with you. Okay? You have to be honest with you. You have to look at you every day in the mirror, okay? Everything that you have, almost everything is controllable inside your four walls. You can make it better, you can make it worse, but you are in control of it. You are in control. And like our opening quote tonight, hope never abandons you. You abandon it. But hope is not a plan. Hope by itself is not a plan. Okay, I am an incredibly optimistic person, but hope is not a plan. And but we will get there, okay? And we will walk this path together, but you have to do that honest trip. You have to do this first part. That is your first assignment for this first part of this year is to do that reflection, to say, boom, knocked it out of the park with that, to say, I didn't, but it's my fault, or this is why. Or maybe I don't know why, but I want to figure it out. Okay, you don't have to have all the answers, but you do have to ask the questions. Okay, and it's okay. Like any of you that use QuickBooks, I love, one of the things that I have a love-hate relationship within QuickBooks is that you can label transactions, ask my accountant. And sometimes you have to label some things. This wasn't right, but I don't know why. And it's okay to ask the question. It's okay to ask the question. And that is where you find your answer. That is where it all flows from, is from asking. And it all starts there. Never know sometimes where that question is going to lead. But I want it to lead to a fuller heart, because when your heart is full, your business is full, your family is full, that is where it goes. And I've seen so many pictures of so many of you over the last couple of weeks, that I can pick out here. I mean, Lou did a cartoon picture of her and her whole team, and Wicket wasn't even hiding in it. Heather has had so many posts this year of her daughter growing up, her husband and daughter growing up, and they've been amazing. I just saw the new picture of Ellen and Mike, and Dodie, I saw you and your bow. I'm picking on everybody here, but I've seen so many pictures of you guys posting holiday pictures, and these are all hey Jessica, thank you, Rose. It is that is incredible. So now you have to take that picture and say what fills your heart and what's going to bring more of that. And I'm going to challenge that, Rose. I appreciate your comment that you're looking for inspiration in the coming year. But I'm also going to challenge you to drive there, okay? To drive your change, to be the force of change, to be the driver to where you want to be. And I know we can all get there, because all our destinations are different. All our destinations are different, okay? Who would have thought, Ellen, just a few years ago, who would have thought that she'd be living year round at the beach? Who would have thought that? Okay, and have a whole beach. You just wouldn't have thought, but we made these dreams come true. We stepped through it. Another store that I was working with and talking to the last few days, has over the last 3 years has doubled their sale. These dreams, everything is possible if you work towards it. Everything is figure outable. Everything is possible. But we do have to look back. A lot of people will tell you, nah, don't. But that is where we learn. We learn by looking back. I'm not telling you to live in the past. I'm telling you to understand your past. Okay, I don't want you living there. Okay, I want you living in the present. I want you to be looking at the future. So well-established business in sunny Florida can be Carrie's second store. You never know. Carrie just had a heart attack by me saying that. Well, we're going to get you there, Rose. We're going to get you to retirement. We are going to get you there. You and I got to talk. You and I got to get on the calendar. We're going to get you there, because I want you to have what you want. I want you to have, I want you to fulfill your dreams, and I want you to be happy. And that's, that is what makes this all amazing. That is what makes this all come together. And it truly is an amazing ride that we are all on. And we're here together. We're here together. And so we're going to make that happen. But that is your homework, okay, between now and Wednesday. Okay, certainly between now and next Sunday. I'm beyond Wednesday, but if you can't get it done by Wednesday, by next Sunday, to take a look back, to look backwards so that we can move forward together. Because we're going to rise and do some amazing things in 2026. We really are going to take this resale to the moon here. The best days are ahead of you. They're not behind you, but we got to understand the past. We got to understand the past, and then we will move forward. You know what else that we do to move forward? This video and everything I talk about, this video and everything I talk about goes over to the YouTube channel You're Not Alone Running This Store, where you can like, comment, subscribe, and oh yeah, ring the bell. Ring it so you know when another one drops. You can also share it with everybody you know in business, the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, so we can help everybody run a better store. I am here every Sunday and Wednesday at More 8 Than Ish. No holidays coming up. Every Sunday and Wednesday at More 8 Than Ish. But if you have a question in between, just email me, Neil, N-E-I-L, at nextlevelresale.com, N-E-I-L, at nextlevelresale.com. We start the program every night with our quote of the day, our quote from world leaders, from great inspiration. I read you our opening quote more than once. Hope never abandons you. You abandon it. And our closing quote today is very rightly said for for a new year. By changing nothing, nothing changes. By changing nothing, nothing changes. That is the truth, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abramson. I do like a good party, a wedding, a bar mitzvah, a Happy New Year party. Yes, we did party. But until then, and until Wednesday at More 8 Than Ish, know that you, but most importantly you, yes, you're not alone running this store. Have a great night, everybody. I'll see you, on Wednesday.